Station brought to you by WPEX-FM 90.9.
Hey, take me out to the ball game. Take me out with the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jack. I don't care if I never get back. Let me root for the home team. If they don't win, it's a shame. 'Cause it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game.
Welcome to Miller Field, everybody. I'm John Hart along with Robbie Hart on the second game of this triple hitter today. Yes, triple hitter. It's going to be the Lions going up against the Rotary. And very, very important game that's coming up for both of these teams, especially for the Rotary. If Rotary should win these next 2 games that are coming up, they will be able to take sole possession of first place. Now, thing is, they're going to start Jacob Morris, but last time, Jacob Morris had an extremely good ball game against the Rotary. The thing is, can he get past the fearsome foursome of the Rotary's top 4 lineup?
That's going to be the key. We know probably Rotary's going to come out with a good pitching squad. The question is what the line's going to respond. They have to pitch very good to be able to keep up with this hard-hitting Rotary team.
Matt Hart's going to be starting as pitching when the Rotary comes up. Jacob, that had such a good game in that one game against the Rotary, is going to be starting.
See, the lightning can strike twice here, huh?
So starting off is going to be Tom Parrish.
Yep.
Here comes now the pitch. And that one's going to be in there for ball number 1.
Yeah, Brandon Parrish, by the way.
Brandon Parrish, I'm sorry. I said Tom Parrish, didn't I?
Yep, you said Tom.
Come on, Brandon! You can do it!
So 1 ball and no strikes. Here comes now the pitch. This one's going to be swing and a miss in there for strike number 1.
And that was inside. Looked like he kind of just gunned that down there. That was a way inside one. I think Brandon probably should have watched that one go by.
Floyd is still going to be behind the plate. Well, actually, no, I don't know who's behind the plate right now. Here comes the next pitch.
Oh, I think
and it hit
right in the arm.
Right in the arm. It hit him, and that's going to put Brandon on first base. So that's going to bring up Josh Bond, who's had a hurt catching hand. He catches for Matthew. That's probably why he hurts a lot. But anyway, he's going to try. He's up to bat now.
That brings up Josh Bond to bat for the Rotary team.
So Brandon Parrish gets hit in the right arm a little bit. He's okay. And with no outs, runners on first and base for the Rotary.
Yeah, but he ain't happy.
Here comes the next pitch. And a hard hit ball. That's going to go to right field. And that one's going to go all the way to the right field. Here comes Josh. Is going to go to second base. He will stop at second. And Rotary right away has got runners on second and third. And that is going to bring up, I believe, is Peyton Lawson.
This is like a nightmare already beginning for the Lions here.
One of the trouble that the last time these 2 teams played, that Rotary just wasn't getting the stick on the ball. They come out already. Here comes a pitch, a swing, and a foul back. That's going to be in there for strike number 1. The trouble is, then you got Matt and Ben Inge that's going to be coming up right behind these players. Here comes now the pitch, wind up, and a swing and a miss, and that's going to be in there for strike number 2.
Yeah, that was a little bit low there. He drew Payton into that swing.
Yeah, this is usually where some sort of a fuzzball that's going to be coming up right here.
Throw your timing off.
Here comes a pitch and a hard hit ball into right field. Here comes Brandon Parrish will come in and score. They're going to send Josh Bond in, and with a single, but 2 RBIs for Payne Lawson. And now with runner on first base, they got a 2-0 lead with Matt Hart coming up. Here comes the Cobra, and will try his luck.
And this is not starting out the way that the Lions would like it to, that's for sure.
Here comes now the pitch to Matt Hart. And a high fly. It's going to be into the right fielder as they're going to catch it, and he missed it. And the runner will go all the way to second, and Matt is going to come on back, and that ball went almost straight up in the ionosphere. And they had it. The DJ came around.
It just hit his glove and fell out.
Yep. And
twice we've seen that happen today.
He caught it, and the ball came right on out. Oh, boy.
That's 2 times we've seen that happen today, too.
And with no outs, you got runners on first and second. And now here's Ben Inge. And that's exactly what Rotary wanted to start out at. Here comes now the pitch from Jacob Morris. It's a foul ball, and the runners will actually swing and a miss. Runners will advance. And now Matt is on second base, and we got a runner on third base, and that's runners on second and third. No balls and 1 strike, 2-0, Rotary leads. Jacob Morris now on the mound. He winds up. Here comes now the pitch, and this one's going to be at the knees. That's ball. They're going to try to steal home. They do, and now it's 3-0, and Matt will be on third base.
All right, Benjamin, get that bat around.
So already showing some great base running, and they got their hit into the game in this one. And Rotary's taking a 3-0 lead here with no outs. Jacob Morris now looks. Here comes now the pitch. Swing and a miss in there for strike number 2. And now Matt's going to steal home plate. He does. 4-2.
Their catcher's just having a hard time holding on to that ball.
Hey, Benjamin, that last pitch was up here. And now you got.
And already they've taken a 4-0 commanding lead. And that is very good start for the Rotary team.
Yeah, basically everyone's gone up and scored so far.
No outs. Here comes now the pitch. And this one's going to be low for ball number 2, and this brings the count 2-2.
I think Rotary really is coming out. I mean, they're coming out to play hard. They took a pretty painful defeat on Tuesday. I think they're looking for a little revenge, although the Lions probably wish it was against somebody else other than them.
Jacob Morris now winds up. Here's the play. Swing and a miss, strike number 3, and that will be up for the first out.
That brings up Yende Meredith at the bat now.
Yende Meredith. I like that name. Sounds like a baseball name, don't it? Anyway, see what he can do. Here comes now the pitch. That one's going to be outside, ball 1. 1 ball and no strike now to Meredith. Here comes Jacob now. Here comes now the pitch. Swing and a miss. And he broke the sound barrier on that one. That brings the count to 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike with 1 out.
Yeah, one thing that Jacob Morris loves to throw is those inside high ones. He's been beating up a lot of the other teams with that. And he caught the last.
And here comes the next one. That was right down,
middle, though,
maybe a little bit above the knees, but that was a nice pitch. That goes in there for strike number 2. 1 ball and 2 strikes here to Yende Meredith. Here comes the pitch. Swing and a miss. That'll be strike number 3. That brings up the second outs.
That brings up Tom Parrish at the bat now for the Rotary.
More importantly, though, Rotary has been able to get around and able to bring everybody just about first, especially the fearsome 4, and they got all come in.
Yeah, they all came in. Basically, 4 batters came up, 4 points came in.
Here comes Jacob Morris now for the Lions. Winding up, here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 1.
Yeah, I tell you what, Jacob's catching him with those inside one, and then he's just drill one down the middle after you said inside one.
Here comes the next pitch. This one's going to be in there, strike 2, and that was a nice pitch. Jacobs is pitching pretty good.
Yeah, it's just the first 4 people just hitting against him. That's all it came down to.
No balls and 2 strikes. 4-0, a Rotary lead. That one's going to be into dirt for a ball 1. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Jacob Morris is actually humming them down here pretty good.
Yeah, it's just the first 4 people in the Rotary lineup are just hard hitter. That's where the coach puts all the power at.
Here comes now the pitch. That's going to be outside, ball 2, and that's going to go to 2-2. 2 balls and 2 strikes now. So here comes now the pitch. Jacob winds up, throws it into the dirt, and that brings up a full count situation.
And this is really what you want to do if you're the coach at Rotary. You want to make Jacob here pitch and run him out of gas here quickly and early. I imagine you're going to be using the Matthew.
Here comes now the pitch. Hard hit ball. It's going to go to first base, and that's going to be an easy third out. So we got no runs left on, no 1 error, and it's 4-0 right now. Rotary leads. We're going to be right back right after this.
These are not your ordinary doctors. They are the accounting surgeons. Allow them to show you the personal attention it takes in order to receive every single deduction you deserve. The accounting surgeons and crew are here for you all year long, not just January to May. Whether you need tax preparation, payroll work, or bookkeeping services, call the accounting surgeons today. 434-538-0595. They offer very reasonable rates along with their year-round service with a smile, located at 126 East Carolina Avenue in Crewe. The accounting surgeons are here for you. Phone 434-538-0595.
The best stuff ever.
Brought to you by Radio Shack.
I need a new phone, so I'll go to Radio Shack, take their advice, and buy a Sony Ericsson Z750 with AT&T service. It has a 2-megapixel camera, FM radio, and a web browser, so I can surf the internet. And then one day at a car dealership, I'll find the price of a car too high, but the salesman won't agree, and he'll throw me a challenge and he'll give me the car for free if I find it for cheaper, so I'll use the internet on my phone, find it for cheaper, and get it for free. And I'll owe it all to Radio Shack.
Don't just buy stuff.
Two steps.
See your local Radio Shack dealer at Southside Electronics, Blackstone Square Shopping Center.
Back here at Miller Field as we go to the bottom of the first, 4-0. Rotary leads. Matt Hart's going to be starting for the Rotary. And one of the things Matt has got to do is relax and make sure he throws strikes.
And stop hurting his catchers. he's already gone through, 3 of them? In his first catcher, he broke the hand of his back catching.
Well, speaking of that, Josh Bond will be starting as catcher. And we'll see what's going to happen. Starting first will be Hunter McGraw, a good hitter.
Hunter's a very good hitter, yep.
And he's going to be leading off for the Lions.
And this is the first time these two have pitched each other in this league.
Here comes down the pitch from Matthew. That's going to be down there for ball 1, and that looked close.
That was very cool. I thought that was a strike for sure.
So 1 ball and no strikes now.
I mean, you get the feeling sometimes that the umpire is makes a smaller strike zone for Matthew than most other kids.
And that's going to be in there for strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. And that looked a little low. I would have swapped it around, actually.
And poor Hunter just doesn't know what happened. He's like, I didn't even see that one.
So Matthew looks, now winds up to Hunter McGraw. Here comes down the pitch. And that's in there for strike number 2.
I don't think Josh had to move his glove one bit on that one. That was straight as an arrow.
Josh Bond wore a cast for 2 weeks on that glove hand. Here comes down the pitch. And that was a hard hit ball, hard foul back. And the count's still going to be remaining 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Yeah, I think his hands are ringing after that one. That's like the vibrations get to you.
I could hear the vibrations all the way here. I can hear the bat going doing. Here comes Matt, winds up. Here comes down the pitch. And a changeup. And that's going to be ball 2. And that was a changeup. Matt tried to get him on that one.
Yeah, he said, well, he's gunned it down there 3 times in a row there, and figured he would try to slow it down just a hair.
2-2 is the count. Here comes Matthew with it, swinging and miss, strike number 3. And that's going to be Matthew's first strikeout.
That brings up Devontae Walker at the bat for the Lions.
Matthew's looking good coming off of the loss against the Chamber the other day. We'll tell you more about that. And a hard hit foul ball. And that thing was way late, man. Matthews really burning him down there. That'd be in there for strike number 1.
Yeah, the question is, are they going to be able to catch up to him? That's one thing that Pumphrey in that game on Tuesday they'll do. Pumphrey was finally able to time him out and be able to get hit against him.
Here comes down the pitch. Matthew winds up, swinging and miss, strike number 2. Well, you know, one of the things that Chris, the manager of CC has been doing is he's been turning to.
Oh no!
We've been turning.
Did we just lose another catcher again?
We've been turning the batting. I mean, they've been turning the batting machine up full, just to go ahead till they can hit against Matt.
That was a foul, though. I mean, didn't even hit his glove that time. The
last thing we need to do is have another catcher go out.
That was that time. I think. I mean, the batter's bat must have hit his hand or something because.
Well, Bond is the number 1 catcher for Rotary, and unfortunately, you know, when you get someone like Matthew who can throw the ball 70 miles an hour, and they don't catch it exactly right, that thumb can be bent back. I will say this: he is wearing a glove, a batting glove on that hand.
That's good. Yeah, I mean, my idea was to use a sponge or something over that as well, because with someone throwing that fast, you can't catch it in the web. You got to catch it in the pocket. Otherwise, you take a chance of that thumb being bent back by a fast throw. Anyway, we got 2 strikes and 1 out.
Matthew with no balls and 2 strikes. Here comes now the pitch. And that one's going to be foul back again. That's in there still for strike 2. And Matthew is so far staying well ahead of his batters.
Yeah, this You see Devontae's trying to catch him. He's coming close, but hasn't quite got it yet.
Here comes now the pitch, and Matthew tries to change up,
Good job.
and that was a nice change up.
Yeah,
Just didn't hit in
went
there.
ball on him, yeah.
Anyway, that's going to be in there for ball one. 1 ball and 2 strike. Yeah, Matt can afford to waste one of those. Here comes the next pitch. This one's going to be outside ball 2. 2-2 is the count.
You know, you don't want to get into a situation and throwing a lot of pitches. Again, I told you before the game, I already coached the lines. I would be waiting on everything that doesn't look like an strike right in the middle.
Matthew now winds up. Here comes now the pitch. And this one's going to be right down here. Strike number 3. And 2 batters and 2 strikeouts. So far, he's wiping out everything that he's throwing.
That brings up Boo for Boo Hart. So it's Hart versus Hart.
Boo Hart now is going to be up. And we'll see what Boo Hart can do. The important thing is Matthew needs to continue to throw these strikes.
Yeah, keep on seeing him down there.
Here comes the pitch, and that one's going to be outside for ball 1. And one of the things that the Lions do, actually more than the Chamber do, is they will wait on the ball.
Yeah.
They love to wait on the ball.
Well, that's what you need to do in your lines against someone like a good pitcher, is that you try to wear him out.
Here comes the next pitch in there for strike number 1.
I mean, it's a long-term strategy instead of a short-term one, but you're just hoping you don't get killed on the other side of the ball throughout the game. That's all.
1 ball and 1 strike now to Boo Hart. Matthew Hart, so it's Hart is against Hart. No relation, though. Here comes now the pitch. Matthew with a wind-up, throws it right down the middle, and that's strike number 3, and that's going to retire the side. 3 up and 3 down for the Rotary as we go to the top of the second. Right now, it's 4-0 in favor of Rotary. We're going to be right back right after this.
These are not your ordinary doctors. They are the accounting surgeons. Allow them to show you the personal attention it takes in order to receive every single deduction you deserve. The accounting surgeons and crew are here for you all year long, not just January to May. Whether you need tax preparation, payroll work, or bookkeeping services, call the accounting surgeons today. 434-538-0595. They offer very reasonable rates along with their year-round service with a smile. Located at 126 East Carolina Avenue in Crewe. The accounting surgeons are here for you. Phone 434-538-0595.
The best stuff ever.
Brought to you by Radio Shack.
I need a new phone, so I'll go to Radio Shack, take their advice, and buy a Sony Ericsson Z750 with AT&T service. It has a 2-megapixel camera, FM radio, and a web browser, so I can surf the internet. And then one day at a car dealership, I'll find the price of a car too high, but the salesman won't agree, and he'll throw me a challenge and he'll give me the car for free if I find it for cheaper, so I'll use the internet on my phone, find it for cheaper, and get it for free. And I'll owe it all to Radio Shack.
Don't just buy stuff.
Two-step.
See your local Radio Shack dealer at Southside Electronics, Blackstone Square Shopping Center.
Well, we're back here at Miller Field. I'm John Hart with Robbie Hart and another Hart, which is Jenny Hart, and then Heather Hart on top. This place is and then we had Boo Hart that was up, and Matt Hart is pitching. This place is crawling with Harts.
Yeah, okay.
Anyway, Rotary leading 4-0. Let me turn this down just a teeny bit, and things are starting off fairly well for Rotary.
Yeah, but Rotary, this is exactly what Rotary wanted to do. You know, come up with a 3 up, 3 down situation. You know, 3 people up, 3 strikeouts to start the game. I mean, that's the way you want to. If you're a baseball pitcher, that's the way you want to see things happen.
Well, we got we got.
Coming up now is going to be Bobby McWilliams, followed by Justin Harvey, and Josh Tiller, I think it is, after him.
Well, that's what we're supposed to have, but it looks like Justin Harvey is coming up. He is. Justin Harvey is coming up.
I guess Bobby didn't show up today.
Left-hander he's a left-hander, so we'll see how he can do against Jacob Morris. They saved Jacob Morris once again to play against the Rotary, but here comes now the pitch from Jacob, and then that's going to be in there for ball 1. Hunter is small.
Yeah.
He's a hard target to throw at.
Yeah.
All right.
That's 2 balls there.
Yep.
And I think at this point, if you're a Rotary, I mean, you love hitting it up, but on this bottom side, you want to start wearing this pitcher out too. You want to, Lions do not have a very pitching depth. You want to burn as much as you can.
Now it's going to be in there for ball 3, 3 balls and no strike. And I imagine Justin could be waiting on this one.
Yeah, I
but
think
one thing
he'll
about
be waiting
Justin,
all the way down.
well, let me tell you, Justin likes,
swing. He
likes
wants
to
them.
swing
He
the
wants
ball.
them,
Oh,
yeah.
He'll hit the ball. Here comes the next pitch.
Ball
and that was
four.
going to be ball 4, and that puts the leadoff runner on first base. And that is going to bring up...
By top of the batting order, Brendan Parrish. Right.
No, I think they changed a little bit around on you. That looks like... that looks like Josh Tiller there. Here comes now the pitch, and he kind of swings in the nonchalant swing. That thing didn't go nowhere, and that's going to be an error for Steve Reich, number 1. Rotary leading 4-0 here at the top of the second. Jacob now winds up. Here comes the pitch. That's going to be a nice pitch.
Josh, you can't watch those go by. I mean, that was a perfect throw. I mean, it was almost down the middle, too.
Here comes the next pitch, and this one's going to be swinging and miss. Strike 3. There goes Hunter down second base. They're going to try to get him. Nope, you're not going to try to get him. It looked like they were going to try to get him the way the catcher came up, but we got a steal on second base with 1 out. So Harvey is in scoring position.
Now I think we're getting top.
And now Brandon Parrish is up. This one's going to be way inside. Justin threatens to take third base, but he goes back to second wisely.
He would have never made the third. I tell you that right now.
Oh no. Might be able to do that in the minors. Majors, you got to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, they'll pull that one and throw you out in a second if you're not careful.
Jacob Morris winds up. Here comes the throw.
Outside.
And that's outside, ball number 2.
And now we're seeing Jacob here having some problems trying to find that strike zone.
Come on, Brandon, you got it.
Go, your head.
One thing we have noticed about this umpire, he likes the low ones. So if you run in the air, he's going to call a strike on you.
Here comes a pitch. And that one looked like a strike. And it was. That was a nice pitch.
Yeah.
One thing with Jacob, you're not going to sit there and see too many go by. Here comes the next pitch.
Oh,
that one did go by. Ball 3 balls and 1 strike.
We know Jacob can now do the lean.
Oh, yeah.
Not Jacob, Brandon can do the lean. He leans back away from that one.
Brandon is another one who wants to hit the ball. He's hit a home run already this year. At the beginning, in fact, the first game.
Yeah, last time he was up, he was hit by the pitch, so he's not going to back away from one either, usually.
So now we got 3 balls and 1 strike. 1 out. Here comes the pitch. And a hard hit ball. And it gets past DJ Coleman, or the first baseman. Here comes Harvey. Harvey's going to go in to home plate, and he will score for the Rotary. And now we got a 5-0 lead. So nice, good, solid hit. And that brings up Josh Bond. And now here comes the fearsome foursome out. And already we got a runner on first base with 1 out.
Yeah, Josh followed by Payton. Josh got a double last time he was up.
Here comes out the pitch. Hard hit ball.
Hey, double.
It's going to be in the hole. It's going to be in the hole. And everybody will stop. Josh gets a stand-up single. And runners on first and second. And now we got Peyton Lawson that's going to try to see what he can do.
Peyton had a good single and 2 RBIs for days, so he's been having a great day. I'm sure he'd love to add to his total if he can.
If you're in a Rotary, what you don't want to do is get caught into a double play.
No.
And Matt Hart's going to be on deck.
Solid hit like last time.
Here comes now the pitch. That one's going to be inside. Here comes a double steal. And everybody's going to be safe. So with 1 out, we got 2 runners in scoring position.
Yeah, more important, it takes away that forced play, too.
Absolutely. So 1 ball and no strikes with 1 out. Runners on second and third. Peyton Lawson's the batter. Here comes Jacob Morris for the Lions pitching. Hard hit ball, and it's going to come down.
Hard hit foul.
Foul right in front of our broadcasting booth. Out being there for Steve Wright, number 1.
Yeah, and Peyton was just a little bit late on that one. If he would have hit there about a millisecond earlier, that would have been going to the moon, I think.
Well, we got 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. 5-0 now. Rotary's taking a nice little lead. Here comes the pitch and the windup. And that one's going to be fouled back right number 2.
It's right for our camera lady.
Yep. Actually behind him. And it went out and almost hit a nice Ford car out there. Actually, you know what it almost hit? It almost hit
my car.
Robbie's car.
Yeah. Hit my car.
Here comes the pitch from Jacob Morris. That one's going to be outside, ball number 2. 2-2 goes the count. Runners on second and third. And Rotary's trying to threaten to score once again. They lead 5-0 here in the second inning. Jacob now looks, winds up, steps back. Here comes delivery. And that one's going to be strike number 3.
Caught him looking that time.
Yep. And now here comes the Cobra that's going to be coming up and to see what he can do.
Matthew already had a nice single today where he advanced the runners. See if he can do it again here, and now give him an RBI. He makes a good single.
Here comes now the pitch. And a hard fly ball. That one's going to be way up in the air. The right fielder's going to try to get it, and he drops it. He runs around to second. Another run is going to score, and now Matt gets another stand-up double. Well, I'm going to call that an error, though, because really he got way under. That ball, again, went into the stratosphere. Yeah. Matt got a hold of that one, and that thing went straight up.
He's a little bit low on it, looks like.
And I'm going to tell you one thing. You could put airplane call letters on that one as high as that one. Anyway, that's 6-0. Here comes the pitch, swing and a miss, strike one.
This brings up Ben Edge. Ben Edge is 0 for 1 for the day. Last year was up, he struck out.
So the key is the fearsome foursome so far has come through for the Rotary. Here comes the pitch, and this one's going to be outside. And here comes the run with Josh Bond. He is going to slide in, and he is going to be safe all the way. And that's now up at 7-0. Ben Edge has still got 1-1 count on him with 2 outs. Matthew Hart's going to be on third base for the Rotary. And what's happening, the Lions are having a little bit of struggling in the catching position, and that's why the Rotary's got some extra swing and a miss, strike number 2.
Yeah, it's been almost to the point of where if a runner gets on base, he's going to score type deal.
Oh, yeah, and you know, you got 1 ball and 2 strikes now. Jacob's been throwing some good balls. The thing is that the Rotary's batters have been able to hit him this time. Here comes down the pitch. And a hard hit ball that's going to go down to first base. He could beat it out. It's going to be, and it is safe. He gets safe.
And another run comes in.
And another run will score, and that'll be 8-0. And the Lions are starting to get kind of stunned here because I don't think they expected off of Jacob Morris to get behind 8-0 so early in the ball game.
That brings me Yende Meredith. Yende's 0 for 1 for the day. Made a.
Now here we go. There's going to be a challenge on this one, and this one's going to be interesting.
That was very close, so it's hard to tell.
It was tie goes to the runner is what it's supposed to be.
They're talking it over there.
Man, we got 2 outs, so this would end the inning if he. Or in his side anyway.
Yeah, I would have challenged it. I mean, if you're Lions, you have to challenge that. Let's be honest here.
7-0 now. The score stands.
You know,
as it is.
If you keep an R&D budget to about a couple hundred. Oh no, he's out now.
And now he's going to call him out.
That brings out the 3rd out. And that means that point does not count.
Hey, good hush.
So now bring it back down to 7. And so as we go now to the the bottom of the 2nd. And we'll see what Hart and Company can do. It's 7-0 in favor of Rotary. We'll be right back after this.
These are not your ordinary doctors. They are the accounting surgeons. Allow them to show you the personal attention it takes in order to receive every single deduction you deserve. The accounting surgeons and crew are here for you all year long, not just January to May. Whether you need tax preparation, payroll work, or bookkeeping services, call the accounting surgeons today. 434-538-0595. They offer very reasonable rates along with their year-round service with a smile. Located at 126 East Carolina Avenue in Crewe. The accounting surgeons are here for you. Phone 434.
The best stuff ever.
Brought to you by Radio Shack.
I need a new phone, so I go to Radio Shack, take their advice, and buy a Sony Ericsson Z750 with AT&T service. It has a 2-megapixel camera, FM radio, and a web browser, so I can surf the internet. And then one day at a car dealership, I'll find the price of a car too high, but the salesman won't agree, and he'll throw me a challenge and he'll give me the car for free if I find it for cheaper, so I'll use the internet on my phone, find it for cheaper, and get it for free. And I owe it all to Radio Shack.
Don't just buy stuff.
See your local Radio Shack dealer at Southside Electronics, Blackstone Square Shopping Center.
And we're back here at Miller Field right here on the Southside Sports Radio Network. 7-0 now. And sorry about the bumper music not coming back there, but I didn't put it in. That's my fault. So, okay. Matt Hart is going to continue in as pitching. He should be just kind of take it easy because he's got a commanding lead. Last time he had, it was 3 up and 3 down.
Yeah, this brings up Mr. Jacob Morris for the Lions.
Boo Hart made the last out. And it's going to be right down. Matthews going to just easily toss it to Peyton Lawson, and Jacob Morris is out. Now be out number 1.
That was a good little defensive play there. I mean, good way to not be great. Just toss it off to your first baseman and let him have it.
Well, already, Rotary's just starting to play some really, really good ball.
Brings up Jeremy Worrell at the bat now for the Lions.
This is when Matthew needs just to throw strikes.
Yep.
Especially on the backside of the Lions lineup. This is batter number 5. Here comes now the pitch. Swing and a miss to your right, number 1.
Poor Jacob and poor Jeremy was just way behind on that one. He was, I think he was a second behind even on the swing.
So, man, that was a straight fastball. Here comes Matthew now with a pitch. And that was a straight fastball, too. That's strike number 2. No balls and 2 strikes. Matthew Hart now looks. He winds up. Here comes now the pitch. Right down there, strike 3. Number 3. And that's going to be strikeout number 3 for number 4. Matthew's got 4 strikeouts now. Yep. The man so far on the day has got 4 strikeouts.
Now, DJ Coleman's a hitter, though. Even DJ can keep up with Matt at some points. Now, whether he get a good hit off or not is questionable, but he's been able to hit against him in the past.
Matthew throws this one, and that one broke the sound barrier, and that came in there at strike number 1. DJ's one of their hit a home run last game against Chamber. Strike number 2. So Matthew is 1 strike away from 3 up and 3 down.
Again.
All right, players are down. Here comes Matt with a windup. Strike number...
Nope, ball, outside.
No, that was ball. I thought that was close, though.
That was close, no doubt about that.
So the good thing, Matthew is throwing consistent.
Yeah, it's the hair outside that time.
You might see him. I don't know if he's going to try to blow it past him or try one of his... Here comes now the pitch.
He tried to sucker on him.
I don't know what that was.
I think he tried to get him on a sucker throw that time. He just kind of got away from him.
He threw that one and went down in the ground, but I don't know if that was one of them sinkers or whatever he's trying to throw. Nevertheless, the count still goes 2-2. So Matt's still in a commanding lead. And all he's got to do is get this one last strike. Here comes now the pitch. And that one must be foul back.
DJ stays alive in there.
Matt is good for 5 innings.
About 5 innings?
Yes.
Pretty good. I mean, that's pretty good in this league. Usually 3 or 4 is your max. But you also have to realize that's when Matt is going to throw.
And a change up, strike number 3.
That's it.
And that's going to be the 5th strikeout, and now retired aside. So, as we go now to the top of the 3rd, it is 7-0 in favor of Rotary. We shall be right back, right after these messages.
The best stuff ever.
Brought to you by Radio Shack.
I need a new phone, so I'll go to Radio Shack, take their advice, and buy a Sony Ericsson Z750 with AT&T service. It has a 2-megapixel camera, FM radio, and a web browser, so I can surf the internet. And then one day at a car dealership, I'll find the price of a car too high, but the salesman won't agree, and he'll throw me a challenge and he'll give me the car for free if I find it for cheaper, so I'll use the internet on my phone, find it for cheaper, and get it for free. And I'll owe it all to Radio Shack.
Don't just buy stuff.
See your local Radio Shack dealer at Southside Electronics, Blackstone Square Shopping Center.
These are not your ordinary doctors. They are the accounting surgeons. Allow them to show you the personal attention it takes in order to receive every single deduction you deserve. The accounting surgeons and crew are here for you all year long, not just January to May. Whether you need tax preparation, payroll work, or bookkeeping services, call the accounting surgeons today. 434-538-0595. They offer very reasonable rates along with their year-round service with a smile. Located at 126 East Carolina Avenue in Crewe. The accounting surgeons are here for you. Phone 434-538-0595.
Back here at Miller Field, I'm John Hart along with Robbie Hart. I'm here. And then Chinny Bug Hart. That's down there doing the switching. Heather Hart on top of the White Elephant. 7-0. Rotary lead. Right now they're on top of the Lions now. And boy, what a good game this is so far for the Rotary. And right now they're doing exactly what the Rotary wanted to do. They wanted to get a big lead and, try to keep Matt in there as long as possible.
Yeah. Indy Meredith starting out for the Rotary. He is 0 for 1 for the day so far.
Jacob Morris has been in there the whole game for the Lions. Here comes the pitch, swing and a miss, strike number 1.
And that was right up there in his eyes there, and the Indy went for it.
Peyton Lawson is, of course, here today. Wasn't here last game, so he'll be able to pitch.
I got him again on that one.
And that was a kind of a chop. I don't know what that was.
One thing about Jacob loves those inside ones that are coming right around the numbers and way inside.
No balls and 2 strikes, Yende. Here comes out a pitch. Swing and a miss, strike number 3. And that will strike Yende out. And coming up now is...
that would be Tom Parrish. Thomas is 0 for 1 for the day. Got on a fielder's choice, I believe.
Here comes now the pitch. Hard hit ball, and that's going to be a beautiful base hit. They'll go all the way to the fence. Here goes Tom. He's going to go to second. They're going to try to get him out at second. No.
All right. Double block. Yeah.
But anyway, the runner went all the way to the ball went all the way to the fence. And nice double. And already Rotary has got a runner with 1 out in scoring position. Here comes a swing and a miss, strike number 1. So no balls and 1 strike now to, this is Bobby McWilliams. So no balls and 2 strikes. We got 1 out. Here comes now the pitch. Jacob Morris pitching for the Lions, winds up. Here comes the pitch, and that's going to be an error for strike number 3, and that's going to take that one out. I think that was... Anyway, so we got 2 outs now. Nice strikeout by Jacob for the Lions. Here comes now the pitch. Way high, ball number 1. 1 ball, no strikes. No, 7-0 now. Rotary's got a commanding lead. Thanks for their great pitching by Matt Hart, and then the fearsome force on the front of the lineup seems to be scoring tonight, or today rather. Here comes now the pitch, high, and there it goes Ben. It's going to steal third base. We runners on third base for the Lions. For the Rotary. Well, the sun's out here at Miller Field. Still kind of muggy, though. Here comes out a pitch. And this one's going to be high. That's going to be an in for ball 3. 3 balls and 1 strike.
Okay, I'm back, so I had to go run and take care of stuff.
I know you did.
The game's not moving while I hit. I was wondering what's going on.
Here comes now the pitch. And that one's going to be way outside and low. And that's going to bring a runner on base on balls. And now we're at the top of the batting order for the Rotary once again. And I believe this is Brandon Parrish.
Yep.
Brandon Parrish can hit the ball now. He can hit it out of the park. Here comes now the pitch to wind up. And it's going to be low for ball 1. And there goes the runner down second base. Runners on second and third. They got 2 outs, though. But the Lions find themselves down 7-0.
Hi, Brandon. Jump on it, buddy. Jump on that ball.
One of the things that the Rotary wanted to do was to keep Lions from scoring, and they've done that. Here comes the next pitch. Hard hit ball that's going to fall right into the hole for a base hit. Here comes the runner that's going to go in, and they're going to send him another one, and that's 2's going to score. So right there, right away, we're up to...
You might knock it out next time.
What is it, 8?
Get a little more bet on it.
9-0. I believe it.
I have
9-0.
The project 10 run rule limit here very shortly, that means into the 4th inning, and it could be in the game.
Here comes down the pitch. It's going to be outside, and here goes Brandon down second base. Now, if the 10-run rule goes into effect, you got to understand, Robbie, here's the main thing. It means that Matt can stay off the mound.
That's true. Well, but you have to play the 4th inning, so that's still going to use him up his 4 innings.
Yeah. Very important game here for the Rotary.
He's lost control of that one.
Yep. And now Brandon's going to just kind of, he's going to hop, skip, and jump down to third base. And with that, it brings up 2 balls and no strikes. Jacob looking now. Here comes now the pitch. And a swing and a miss by Mr. Vaughn. and that'll be in there for Steve Reich, number 1.
Yeah, Josh is 2 for 2 for a day with a double and a single so far, so he's had a very good day already.
Come on, Josh, you got it. You brought me some.
Here comes now the pitch. Hard hit ball, but it will be fouling out of play.
Full count.
And it went all the way to the bathrooms, which is almost to the fence.
Yeah.
So straighten that out a little bit. That would have been a little bit of a challenge to hit.
2 and 2 now.
I'm about 2 of them.
2-2-2.
With 2 outs.
Yep.
2 balls and 2 strikes.
If it's in your bag, it's yours.
Runner on third base, which is Brandon Parrish. Here, Jacob Morris just kind of puts his hands on his hips. He's saying, well, things are not quite as easy as the last time we played these guys.
Well, this has been like their own personal nightmare in this one. I mean, this type of batting order has just been beating poor Jacob up this entire game. You gotta call time.
The first time these two teams played, and Rotary just came off a big win against Chamber. And I don't know what happened, but Rotary just wasn't hitting the ball. They weren't doing anything, and the pitching was off. And anyway, Lions clobbered Rotary. But ever since then, here comes now the pitch way inside, ball number 3.
Now we have a full count.
And then we got a full count. But ever since then, Rotary, the Lions haven't even played the full game.
Yeah, true.
This will be their first full game that they play.
They play against CC. They played a full game there.
Here comes now the pitch. And a hard hit ball, and that's going to be in the hole. There it goes into the left field. Josh Bond is going to run, and he's going to try to go into second. It's going to be safe.
Gotta tag the runner, not the base, on a
throw was in time to the second baseman, but he didn't reach down and tag him. And that's going to bring Peyton Lawson. It's going to be up, and then the Cobra is going to be on deck.
Peyton is 1 for 2 for a day. He's made a good hit, single back in the first inning, but struck out last inning.
Now it's 10-0. Here comes now the pitch. Here comes the pitch. That's going to be in there, ball 1. And it looks to me like Jacob has probably lost a little bit of his confidence now.
Yeah, and also he's pitched a lot. He's up to 66 pitches so far, too. He's way up there. Compared to Matthews, 22.
Here comes now the windup. Here's the pitch. That one's going to be in there low once again and outside for ball 2.
He's basically gone through the entire Rotary lineup 3 times.
You do not want to walk this runner.
No, you don't. You want to put people on base.
Here comes next pitch. And it's a foul back, strike 1. But see, that brings up the Cobra that's coming up after this, after this guy. So, again, you're giving your
best batters,
your best batters a chance to hit the ball.
Yeah, between Josh, Brandon, and Payton, they've just been, poor Jay just hasn't had a chance.
Here comes the next pitch.
Ball.
That one's going to be ball 3. Last time, 3 balls and 1 strike. Here comes now the pitch. Jacob winds up, delivers. Hard hit ball. It could be trouble.
You get him.
He runs it, and he will get him out.
Yep, that was an out.
So as we go now to the bottom of the 3rd right now, Rotary is going to be, the Lions will be coming up. They are behind 10-0. We're going to be right back right after these messages.
Brought to you by Radio Shack.
I need a new phone, so I'll go to Radio Shack, take their advice, and buy a Sony Ericsson Z750 with AT&T service. It has a 2-megapixel camera, FM radio, and a web browser, so I can surf the internet. And then one day at a car dealership, I'll find the price of a car too high, but the salesman won't agree, and he'll throw me a challenge and he'll give me the car for free if I find it for cheaper, so I'll use the internet on my phone, find it for cheaper, and get it for free. And I'll owe it all to Radio Shack.
Don't just buy stuff.
See your local Radio Shack dealer at Southside Electronics, Blackstone Square Shopping Center.
These are not your ordinary doctors. They are the accounting surgeons. Allow them to show you the personal attention it takes in order to receive every single deduction you deserve. The accounting surgeons and crew are here for you all year long, not just January to May. Whether you need tax preparation, payroll work, or bookkeeping services, call the accounting surgeons today. 434-538-0595. They offer very reasonable rates along with their year-round service with a smile, located at 126 East Carolina Avenue in Crewe. The accounting surgeons are here for you. Telephone 434-538-0595.
Back here in Miller Field, I'm John Hart, along with Robbie Hart. I'm here. Jenny and Heather Hart, both of them doing a great job. Well, now coming up will be the Lions, and here's the thing. You're going to try, Matthew is probably pretty much pitched out. I think they're just kind of saving him for maybe the next one more inning to start off with.
Well, he has 2 more innings left because he pitched 2. You're allowed 6 innings. He pitched 2 innings in this game, so
now
he lives with a pretty good record here. I mean, of the 2 innings he pitched, he got 5 strikeouts. So I mean,
and here's
only 6 batters. I mean, what can you say?
Well, here's the thing: the big experiment. Why? Because Matthew Hart is going to be catching. He's going to be catching. This is the first time Matt has ever catched in a regular season game. And we'll see what's going to happen. Well, the thing is, Josh Bond will be on the mound, and let's see what Josh can do. Now, if he runs into trouble, though, and remember this, if he does run into trouble, they still got Peyton Lawson that they can bring in.
That's true.
To possibly get him out of this game.
I think what they're going to try to do is try to keep his lead up for another 2 innings if they can. And try to keep his lead up for another 2 innings and basically get out of here with a 4 inning game if they can.
That way, they only got to play 3 innings in this doubleheader. They got a makeup game right after this game.
Yeah, really, if you're going to change out pitches, it's time to do it. You're at the bottom of the Rotary lineup. I mean, you're past most of their power hitters, so these are, as long as Josh can throw strikes and throw them consistently, he'll be okay.
Well, they put Matthew in his catching. I guess payback is something, isn't it? Matthew, when he pitches, he's broke. And Matthew snags that one, and that one's going to be in it for ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes. So here we go. Here comes Josh Bond with the pitch, and it's a hard hit ball. And it's right through Peyton Lawson. A nice backup though by Hunter. I mean, not Hunter, but
right fielder.
Yep. Which. Well, that ought to be good. I wish we had that one on camera. Golly, I can't think of his name now.
Here comes Adam Schultz to the bat now. With the ball.
And anyway, he tried to throw the ball down, almost had.
Get in position and move over and catch it, Brandon.
Listen to Randy. Me and Robbie try to look at the computer at the same time. We bump heads. Here comes out the pitch.
You have a hard head, too. I'm just going to say that right now, okay?
Josh Bond now behind 2 balls and no strikes.
Yeah, Josh having a hard time finding a strike zone.
Not that time, though. That one went right down in the middle for strike number 1. 2 balls and 1 strike.
Man, a run could have just scored. Right? What up? Let's go now, guys.
So here it comes. Josh Bond with the pitch. And Matthew kind of dropped the ball. No runners will stay right where they're at on second base. And we got 3 balls and 1 strike. Josh Bond needs to get the strike right here. And he doesn't. That'll be ball 4, and that'll be base on balls. But this is where they got to...
I hope this isn't deja vu all over again for the Rotary. I mean, these are the people that need to get out there because the top of the lineup's coming up very fast.
And what you don't want...
Chris Tucker up the bat for the Lions.
Here comes now the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. He gave him that one, though.
Yeah.
That ball was high. And don't know exactly what is actually going on with Josh. Josh is usually a much better pitcher than this.
Yeah, he's having some trouble finding the strike zone recently.
Here comes out a pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike number 2.
Good try.
Now another one outside that he looked down on.
Whatever you
He
say,
got.
bud, you can do it. Whatever you say. You can do it. Those strikes, whatever you like, Josh.
The trouble is, here comes out a pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike number 3, and that was a give him.
Yep.
It'd been nice to have that if they had that 10-run slaughter rule, though.
They do. You got to get to the 4th inning, though.
Here comes out a pitch. Swing and a miss. That's in there for strike number 1.
This is Hunter McGraw up the bat, I believe.
Well, that figures with Hunter. Hunter wants to knock daylights out his ball. Runners on 1st and 3rd. Here comes out a pitch.
High.
That's going to be high, and that's going to be in there for ball number 2. 2 balls and 1 strike.
No, 1 ball, 1 strike. That was
1 ball and 1 strike. 1 out. Here comes now the pitch. And that was a changeup. And Josh Bond is going to get it. He's going to throw it to 3rd. and they will get him. So to get that leadoff runner for the second out, that was a good play.
Yeah, he's out. He's out.
Yeah, that's a force. There's no question whether he got it or not because they're wondering if it was a fourth. But it was a force indeed. That will count as an out on the third.
So now it'll be plays that can be at just about any base. Third,
Hold on a second, Josh.
second, or third, it don't matter, whichever the easiest base is. And here comes now the pitch. Now that ball's going to be high for ball number one. But again, what you don't want to load up the bases and then have somebody like Jacob, somebody hit a big hit off you or a home run and get back in the ball game.
Yeah, Devontae up to bat for the Lions. He is 0 for 1. A little outside for the ball.
That'll be in there for ball number two.
Yeah, you're right. One thing, Josh got to be very careful here. Try to make sure he zeroes in. Just concentrate on making good strikes right now.
Here comes now the pitch. This one's way in the dirt. It's going to be in there for ball three. That's three in a row he's pitched.
Brandon, he misses. He might as well start hitting the third.
3 balls and 1 strike with 2 outs. 10-0 though. The Rotary's got a commanding lead. Here comes now the pitch. Josh Bond winds up high, ball 4, and now be base on balls, and that loads the bases up.
Infield, any base.
That brings up Boo Hart at the bat.
Any base.
And I'd say if Josh walks in, you gotta go there and have a talk with him. Say, get his nerves calmed down, find out if he's maybe stepping out of his form or what's going on, and maybe zero his ball back in a little bit.
Josh usually is a very accurate pitcher though. Extremely good in fall ball. Our first game he did pretty good.
He's been having trouble since.
But since then he just hasn't been able to hit that
when Matthew broke his
ball in the corner.
Matthew messed his hand up and messed with his balance.
Like you do at home, Josh. Fire that ball.
Okay.
Like you do to me at home, buddy. Relax. Keep your balance.
Matt Hart is to catching today. Here comes now the pitch. And that one's going to be fouled back. Blue Hart will foul that one back for Steve Wright, number 1.
Just like that one, Josh. Like that. We're back to throw.
Now the next 2 strikes are important.
Very important.
Here comes now the pitch.
You want to try to maintain that 10-run lead if you can.
And that one's way in the dirt. That'll be in there for ball 1. 1 ball and 1 strike. And Josh is having all sorts of trouble throwing it.
He's just having trouble hitting the strike zone today.
Well, this is how we got in trouble the other night against Chamber.
All right, guys, try to zero it in there if you can. That's the hard part. To get
Here comes now the pitch. That one is ball number 2. 2 balls and 1 strike.
And really, Josh cannot let this guy get away from him on a ball because that'll take a run and break that 10-run lead you had. 2 balls and 1 strike with 2 outs. Here comes now the pitch. And that one's going to be foul, and that's bring count 2-2. Very important strike coming up here. Yeah, Josh needs to throw it in there good. Make a good strike here. We're going to the 4th inning, and if Rotary can somehow get a couple more runs, they can put this game away early. Bases loaded. 2-2 is the count. 2 outs. Here comes now the pitch. And that one's going to be ball 3. Now it brings the count to full. And something's going to happen here, one way or the other. Runners will be going on this pitch, folks. Here comes now the pitch. Josh looks, winds up, and this one's going to be... that was freezing. And it's going to be strike number 3, and that was close. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. So, 3 men left on base for the Lions. They do not score, they strand them. It is 10-0. We'll be right back right after this from Accounting Surgeons.
These are not your ordinary doctors. They are the accounting surgeons. Allow them to show you the personal attention it takes in order to receive every single deduction you deserve. The accounting surgeons and crew are here for you all year long, not just January to May. Whether you need tax preparation, payroll work, or bookkeeping services, call the accounting surgeons today. 434-538-0595. They offer very reasonable rates along with their year-round service with a smile. Located at 126 East Carolina Avenue in Crewe. The accounting surgeons are here for you. Phone 434-538-0595.
The best stuff ever.
Brought to you by Radio Shack.
I need a new phone, so I go to Radio Shack, take their advice, and buy a Sony Ericsson Z750 with AT&T service. It has a 2-megapixel camera, FM radio, and a web browser, so I can surf the internet. And then one day at a car dealership, I'll find the price of a car too high, but the salesman won't agree, and he'll throw me a challenge and he'll give me the car for free if I find it for cheaper, so I'll use the internet on my phone, find it for cheaper, and get it for free. And download all to Radio Shack.
Don't just buy stuff.
See your local Radio Shack dealer at Southside Electronics, Blackstone Square Shopping Center.
Back here in Miller Field, 10-0. A commanding lead by the Rotary going up against the Lions here. And his second of 3 games. And earlier we had a nice tight game. Purnell's and
Squeak one pass. Purnell Squeak one pass. Or Dunright. Who won that? Dunright. It was a close game. We could tell.
It's Dunright. It's the way that works.
Anyways, Matthew Hart will be starting at the bat for the Rotary, followed by Ben Inge on deck.
Well, we can see what. That noise again. Pat Hart, the Cobra, will be coming up next.
He's 2 for 2 for a day with a single, a double, and 1 RBI.
Here comes Jacob now with the pitch. And he takes his high. Jacob suckered him into that one.
Yeah, Matthew was trying for that one a little bit too hard, and he just taken on that one. Hook, line, and sinker.
Here comes the second. No balls and 1 strike. Hard hit ball! And that one is going all the way foul, but that one went right out of the park, and it hit the daggone, it hit the things. He pulled that one to the left-handed side, and that would have been long gone if that would have had a little straightness to it. No balls and 2 strikes, and Jacob is sweating bullets on that one. Here comes down the next pitch. Swing and a miss, strike number 3.
Got too aggressive, and he got suckered into those.
But I'll tell you one thing, if that would have straightened that thing out, that was a 300-foot ball.
Well, Jacobs probably had a sigh of relief on that one because that could have turned out very bad for him. That brings up Mr. Ben Inge, who is 0 for 2 for a day.
Come on, Ben.
Here comes now the pitch. Here comes Jacob, winds up. And a hard hit ball, and it goes to the shortstop. He'll try to make the play at first. He does.
Matt, what the heck were you swinging at?
You hear that? The coach said, Matt, what in the world were you thinking of? I know what Matt was thinking.
He got over-aggressive on that one is what it was. I know
he got over-aggressive.
Said, I'm going to go for that anyway, so it's high. I'm going to hit it. He was swinging for the fence instead of swinging for the hit.
I know one thing. He got everything on that one. That went all the way. There's some buildings out of the park. That thing went and hit the top of the roof of the building.
That brings up a Yende Meredith at the bat now. He is 0 for 2 as well.
Hey, remember, keep that backhand back.
Here comes now the pitch. Jacob Morris winds up. No runners on, and now being there for strike number 1.
Here coming down saying, that's your pitch. Third base line. That's the one you want to go for.
Here comes the next one. That's going to be swing and a miss. Strike number 2.
Come on, Yende.
Ready for anything right now, okay? Be ready.
Now the trouble is, Lions got to take advantage when they get up. Here comes now the pitch, and that's going to go foul, and that's going to be in there for another ball.
Hey, he's trying to hit my car.
Strike, no, sorry, not a ball, but strike 2 still remains. No ball and 2 strikes with 2 outs. Jacob looks, winds up. Here comes now the pitch, and that one's going to be inside, ball 1.
He was dodging that one. That was coming right at his legs.
Well, Matthew almost took that one to the south of the border, though, when he was up. Just foul ball. Then got over-aggressive. That one's going to be there for ball 2.
A little outside and a little outside. If Jacob straightened that one up a little bit, that would have been there for a strike. I think he was trying to pull Yende to go after that one.
Jacob looked like he's going to throw that thing underhanded for a second. Here comes now the pitch. And that one's foul ball again. 2-2 is the count.
That'd be a unique throw, wouldn't it? I don't know if it really produced much, but it would be a unique throw.
No runners on base for the Rotary. And they got 2, and Lions got 2 outs on them. Here comes the pitch from Jacob. Hard hit ball, and that is going to be foul ball.
Hard foul, though.
And boy, that would have been a nice hit, too. That would have went all the way to the fence.
I'm sure Yende would have liked that one, too. That would be
and
a good hit for
Jacob
him.
Morris is getting out his sweat towel, and that's another sigh of relief. That would have been a double easy right there. Wow. Here comes down the pitch, and that one's going to be in there for
strike 3.
Strike number 3, and that's going to retire the side. So, as we go into the bottom of the 4th right now, it will be 10-0, and we're going to be right back right after these messages.
Get focused.
The best stuff ever.
Brought to you by Radio Shack.
I need a new phone. So I'll go to Radio Shack, take their advice, and buy a Sony Ericsson Z750 with AT&T service. It has a 2-megapixel camera, FM radio, and a web browser, so I can surf the internet. And then one day at a car dealership, I'll find the price of a car too high, but the salesman won't agree, and he'll throw me a challenge and he'll give me the car for free if I find it for cheaper, so I'll use the internet on my phone, find it for cheaper, and get it for free. And I'll owe it all to Radio Shack.
Don't just buy stuff.
Do stuff.
See your local Radio Shack dealer at Southside Electronics, Blackstone Square Shopping Center.
These are not your ordinary doctors. They are the accounting surgeons. Allow them to show you the personal attention it takes in order to receive every single deduction you deserve. The accounting surgeons and crew are here for you all year long, not just January to May. Whether you need tax preparation, payroll work, or bookkeeping services, call the accounting surgeons today. 434-538-0595. They offer very reasonable rates along with their year-round service with a smile, located at 126 East Carolina Avenue in Crewe. The accounting surgeons are here for you. Phone 434-538-0595.
I believe that's coming from my board, Robbie.
I think you have a grounding issue.
I do. Anyway, Jacob Morris is going to be coming up now for the Lions. Josh Bond is going to remain in as pitcher. Here comes down the pitch. And he finally throws a blooper in there for ball one. So Josh is still having a little bit of trouble on that, hitting that strike zone. Here comes now the next pitch. This one looked good. Jacob got it.
Oh, good catch.
A beautiful pitch by Brandon.
He wasn't able to turn it, though.
And hold it, I want to say one thing. What a play.
What a play. That saved quite a bit there. That would have been
an easy double.
Easy double, maybe even a triple on that one.
Now, one of the things that got to happen, they're going to try to go down second on this one.
Definitely.
Meredith has got to back up. Here comes down the pitch, and there goes the pitch. He gets to second base, and Josh has got to throw some strikes.
Yeah. I mean, right now you're only at 10 runs, so you'd like to be able to end this game here in this inning right now if you can. Save your pitchers for the next game.
1 ball and 1 strike now. Here comes down Josh with a pitch. Swing and a miss. That was a nice pitch in there for strike number 2. 1 ball and 2 strike. And what a time. If there's any time when they need a good comeback from Josh, this is it. Here comes now the next pitch from Josh. Swing and a miss, strike 3. And Josh hits his first strikeout of the day. And that brings up that first and important out. And that strands Jacob Morris on second base.
First strikeout, actually.
Was it first strikeout?
Third strikeout,
really? Yep. Here comes the pitch. Yeah, you're right, because of 2 other guys that he pitched down. Robbie, what I would do without you?
You'd be singing wrong stance.
Okay, 1 ball and no strikes. Here comes the pitch to DJ, and a changeup, and Josh is going to take it to third.
He'll make it there quite easily there.
And Jacob Morris easily gets to third base. So Jacob's in scoring position with 1 out.
It only takes 1 to keep this game going to 6.
Right. Josh now winds up. Here comes down the pitch, and a changeup again, and has a blooper, and DJ bit it at. That's strike number 2.
Right now, you have 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Now he needs to burn one down here now. Here comes down the pitch from Josh Bond, and he does. Strike 3, he's out. Maybe that was going to bleed a little bit of confidence into Josh Bond as he gets another strikeout.
And that brings up Kenyon Booth. Keon Booth, I'm sorry.
Here comes down the pitch, and that's way inside ball 1.
Keon,
but now they're coming.
Got a good single last time he was up in the 3rd inning against Josh. Going to try to repeat his success if he can.
Here comes the pitch, swing and a miss, strike 1, 1 ball and 1 strike. Well, they're 2 strikes away from winning this first ball game. They got another one, a 3-inner coming up after this. Here comes down the pitch, and he changed up, and that's going to be strike number 2. And believe it or not, Rotary might get out of this one.
You got lucky, that's for sure.
Really good.
All right, runners on third base. Here comes the pitch, swing, foul back. That'll be in there. The count remain 1 ball and 2 strikes. So Here comes an important pitch. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. 4th inning, 10-0, Rotary leads. Here comes out a pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3.
That's it.
And that might end up being the ball
I
game.
think that's his ball game.
And let's see what they're going to call here. And that's the ball game. Rotary now comes up top, 10-0, with a great hitting by the fearsome foursome of the Rotary, plus great pitching. And Josh Bond has actually come in and pitched the game. He'll be probably, we'll see him in the next game coming up. We'll be right back right after this, so don't go away. Well, we're back at Miller Field right here on the Southside Sports
Wow,
Network.
what a long break.
Y'all got to go to bed.
Oh, yeah. Well, what's going to be going on is now we're coming up on our triple hitter, and it'll start out at the 3rd inning, where the Rotary was actually got a commanding lead. I think it was like 6-2, 6-3. So, anyway, folks, we're going to be right back. We're going to start another DVD. I'm John Hart along with Robbie Hart. Thanks, Heather Hart, for doing such a good job. Jenny Bug is also doing a great job switching, and we'll talk to you later. And people on www.wpexonline.com, stay where you at. We've got another exciting game coming up next. Don't go away.